Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Oh yeah, what is going down, everybody? What is going down, everybody? Welcome to the show. A little delusional here. My name is Don Mega, and this is Am I on the Air, your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news and reviews. We're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons radio studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona. It is Monday. May the 18th. May 18th, it's Monday, it's season 20, episode 19, and tonight's show is titled The Wrong Scooby. So once again, welcome to the show, everybody. I hope that this is a return engagement, that you've heard the show before, you've dug the show before, so you've come back once again to say, hey, Don Mega, get me caught up with everything going down in the world of entertainment news. Well, thanks, my friends. That's what I'm here for, and I will do just that thing. If this is your first time tuning in, hey, welcome. We welcome you with open arms while also maintaining social distance. So I hope everybody's doing good out there in this crazy pandemic of a world, dealing with everything we're dealing with. Once again, Am I on the Air has turned into a hub. It's turned into a platform for you to get away every Monday night for 30 to 45 minutes and just get caught up in the entertainment world. That's what we're here for, to talk about entertainment. The entertainment that we have left because everything's getting canceled left and right. So, last week's show, we didn't really have much to talk about. There wasn't really anything new, anything to really dig into. But this week is a little bit different. I got a couple movie reviews for you and some TV show reviews that I want to get down into. So, I'm very excited about that. So let's just jump right into it, and we'll start with our movie review of the week. And our new movie review is Scoob. That's right, Scoob is the reboot of Scooby-Doo. This was supposed to be a theatrical release. It was coming out in theaters, and then the pandemic hit, and Warner Brothers made an audible when they saw how much money Universal was making on Trolls 2, and they said, why don't we do the same thing with Scoob? So they ditched the theatrical release, and they said, hey, you can rent it for $19.99, or you can go ahead and buy it for $24.99. So I went ahead and bought it, and that's something that I wish Universal would have done with Trolls, because my daughter would have loved to have watched that thing over and over again. But I did buy Scoob, and we watched it Friday night when it came out. And, yeah, I will tell you, from the adult perspective, I didn't care for it that much. It had some really good moments. It had some good laughs because they took the whole gang and all of Scooby-Doo and all that into kind of present day. But I don't know, it just didn't work all that well for me, and I felt like they were trying to keep their hands in too many pots. There was a lot going on in this movie, and at the end of the day, I was just kind of like, man, this thing's all over the place. But, I always tell you guys, if you've been listening to me, when I review movies for kids, I always do it from the kid perspective. And I will tell you, my daughter who you hear at the beginning of this show every single week, is 6 years old, and she absolutely loved this movie. And first thing Saturday morning, wanted to watch it again. So she's already seen it twice. I've only watched it the one time. And she loved it. She loved it to death. There's even a sad moment in the movie that she just started bawling out, crying. And she doesn't get emotional with movies. So, Scoob hit on that right note. And from what I understand with all my friends and stuff that have kids and they watched it over the weekend, all the kids seem to be loving it. The parents, not so much. But you know what? But at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? We're all quarantined at home for the most part. We need new content, and I'm appreciative that Warner Brothers gave us Scoob on VOD right away. And I appreciate the fact that they allowed us to buy it for $5 more, because I really don't like the $19.99 rental for just 48 hours. It is a lot of money. So my daughter would give Scoob 500 million, thousand, trillion, quadrillion, million stars. That's what she said, I think, on the Stardust that we recorded for that movie. I'm going to settle right around the 3 mark. It really should be more of a 2, but my daughter loved it so much, I rounded up to a 3. So Scoob will get 3 out of 5 stars. Now, there was another new release movie that came out over the weekend. This time it's from the Netflix land, and it's The Wrong Missy. The Wrong Missy is it's a Happy Madison production that comes off like it's supposed to be an Adam Sandler movie, and Adam Sandler was just too busy, so they went and got David Spade. So David Spade stars in this movie where he goes on a blind date with this girl named Missy. She's batshit crazy, and of course, after the blind date, he runs into another Melissa or Missy that he really has a great connection with. And he is going on a company retreat in Hawaii and gets to add a +1. And he thought he was texting the girl from the airport that he had a great connection with. And guess who showed up? The original Missy from the blind date. And of course, hilarity ensues and all hell breaks loose with this crazy, crazy girl on this vacation with David Spade and all his work partners. So I'll tell you this for this movie. It's got a lot of the same usual Adam Sandler players, right? If you watch this movie, you're going to be like, yep, check, 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 and check. All are there and accounted for. And especially Rob Schneider. But you got Nick Swartzen and just a lot of the same old players. When I saw the trailer for this, I was like, ugh, this is going to be a rough one. I'll watch it because it's Netflix, but not expecting much, not thinking much. And I watched it on Friday night. Maybe I did. I think I watched it on Friday night when it came out. And I actually dug it. I actually dug it. And maybe it's because my expectations were so low. But I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it's amazing. I'm not going to say get it on your queue and watch it tonight. But for what it is, if you like silly, slapsticky kind of comedies, it's not bad. David Spade's actually reeled in pretty nice, and the movie has some pretty good heart at moments. So I was pleasantly surprised by The Wrong Missy, and if I had to put a star scale to it, I would give it a solid 3. I thought it was good. I thought it was enjoyable. It's 90 minutes, so it was very painless, an hour and a half, breezied right through, and I enjoyed it. So The Wrong Missy, 3 stars. Now, another Netflix, was a Netflix show. This is kind of a movie special, but they did something unique with it, and it's for the show Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Unbreakable. I love the show Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That was one of my favorite sitcoms on Netflix over the past couple years. And then the show ended, and I thought Kimmy was out of my life forever. But then they decided to put together this special, which is called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend. And this is a mini movie, but it's also done in like a choose-your-own-adventure way. So you pop this thing on, and as the movie's going, you have to make decisions. Wear this dress, go this way, take this car, take this person with you, call this person. There's a lot of multiple choice, choose your own adventure kind of style. Some of the choices will actually end the story, and then they tell you, like, oops, you made the wrong decision, go back and try again. And I guess the point is to get to the end of the movie in one piece and actually end on a happy note. I really dug it. It's cheesy, but it's that Kimmy Schmidt cheesiness that made me fall in love with the show in the first place. Titus is one of my favorite characters. He makes me laugh so much, and it was good to see Titus back. John Hamm as the Reverend. And the choices were really good. I know Netflix is wanting to get into this kind of thing a little bit more often, and I really hope they do. I know they did it with that Black Mirror episode, which I didn't like very much, Bandersnatch or whatever. I didn't care for that very much, but I thought the Kimmy Schmidt one did it really, really well. We watched the movie all the way through, actually got to the end no problem, and then we went back and rewatched it again right away and chose a lot of the different options. And it was kind of crazy to know that we pretty much made all the correct decisions on the first go-around, because on the second go-around, all the other choices we made really took the movie in different directions and did not always end on a high note. So it's very cool because you can go back and you can watch it a couple different times over with different choices, and I really got a good laugh out of it. So definitely, if you're a fan of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and you watched that show when it was on, definitely check out the new special, Kimmy versus the Reverend. I think you'll really like it. Okay, the next show I want to get into, and this just debuted earlier tonight on the DC Universe app, and that is Stargirl. That's right, Stargirl is something that they've been in the works for a long time. It's actually going to air on the CW as well, so if you don't have the DC Universe app, you just have to wait 24 hours and you get to watch it on the CW the next day. So I do have the DC Universe app, so I watched it on there, which I'm happy about too, because the episodes are longer on the DC Universe app, so they're trimmed back and scaled back on the CW with commercials. So it's good that it's out there this summer for a lot of new people to get on board with it. But for me as a DC Universe subscriber, I definitely wanted to watch it on there in 4K, and I thought it was a really strong pilot episode. I really did. It starts off with the Justice Society of America, kind of their takedown. Everybody gets pretty much wiped out. And then the show kind of fast forwards to present day. And of course, the main character finds the cosmic staff, and it talks to her. It lights up. It's something that was only supposed to work for Starman, but of course it works for this little girl. And she goes on and does some cool adventures with it, all in the first episode. And overall, I thought it had some good laughs. I thought it looked really good, and I thought the effects were pretty good for the most part. And, all the characters really did their job well. Luke Wilson is in this, and I thought he was great. Amy Smart, good to see her back. Joe McHale's in it for a couple minutes as Starman. But overall, I thought a really strong pilot episode. So if you are a fan of DC and those kind of, the Arrowverse kind of shows, I think you should check it out. I think it's going to be a fun ride. So I'm down for some more Stargirl. So check that out. And lastly, another show that I just recently got into, and I know I'm way behind on the curve here because season 2 is now airing on FX. But I've started watching season 1 of What We Do in the Shadows, the television show. And I just wanted to give it a shout out because I think it's hilarious. I really like the movie, but for whatever reason, I didn't even try the TV show. And now that we're running kind of low on what to watch, I said, let me check it out. And I'm about 4 or 5 episodes into season 1, and I love it. I love the characters. I love the humor. I just think the show is really, really funny. So I'm glad that season 2 is airing right now, and I'll be able to jump right into that once I get done with season 1. So highly recommend, especially if you've seen the movie, check out the television show version of What We Do in the Shadows. So a handful of reviews there for you guys. We had Scoob, we had The Wrong Missy, we had Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend, Stargirl, and What We Do in the Shadows. Okay, so there is our reviews of the week. Let's get into our news. Okay, so up first, Hamilton. That's right, Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton was coming to the Disney Plus app next year. That's right, a year from now, next year around Christmas time. Well, guess what? Disney is in that giving mood once again, and they have bumped up the Hamilton film on Disney Plus to now debut in just about a month and a half. That's right. It will debut on July 3rd on Disney+. Hamilton, the movie, this July 3rd on Disney+. The official Broadway production with Lin-Manuel Miranda and gang coming over a year early. Pretty damn awesome. So congratulations there. Josh Gad is set to lead Roland Emmerich's new movie called Moonfall. So there you go. That's going to be a pretty interesting choice there for Roland Emmerich, but I like it. The Kung Fu reboot gets a full series order over on the CW. Netflix has acquired DC's Sweet Tooth, which will star Will Forte and James Brolin. I've never heard of Sweet Tooth. I wonder if Friggins has checked that one out. Patton Oswalt set to return for the final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I love that. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 being remastered for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's funny because I posted this news, and on our Facebook, I think it got some of the most likes of the entire week. I can't believe there's that many people stoked for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater coming back. So, pretty damn interesting, but hey, I'm glad people are enjoying it. We have the trailer for a new movie called Unhinged, which is Russell Crowe's new thriller, and yes, this movie is slated to be the first film to hit theaters when theaters reopen on July 1st. So yes, theaters are supposedly not opening until July, but now the new Russell Crowe movie has locked it in to have that marketing ploy of, hey, we're your first movie back. Come on out and see Unhinged. So check that out if you are interested. HBO's anthology series Room 104 is ending with its season 4. I watched season 1 and kind of liked it, and then season 2 lost me, and I didn't even bother with season 3. So, yeah. But hey, season 4 will be wrapping the show up. Popeye is back in development. So yes, Popeye and his spinach are back in development. Rachel Brosnahan is set to lead a new Amblin dramedy called The Switch. Of course, she's the main character on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel that everybody loves. So there you go. Universal TV acquires Peter Lefcourt's novel series adaptation of The Dreyfus Affair. Katie Sackhoff is going to be returning to Star Wars for The Mandalorian. That's right. So lots of casting additions to The Mandalorian lately. I love Katie Sackhoff, so great addition there. Tell Me a Story has been canceled after 2 seasons over on CBS All Access. So there you go. That has been officially wiped, which sucks because I thought it looked pretty good. I actually have CBS All Access, and I was going to check this show out. I probably still will, but it's a bummer to hear that it's already been canceled. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be returning as Dutch in the new Predator Hunting Grounds DLC that's coming out, so I love that. Neve Campbell weighing in on her potential return for Scream 5. It's looking pretty good, so I like this news here. The Friends reunion special that was supposed to have already been taped and debuted on HBO Max later this month was pushed back, and now they're hoping to film it by the end of the summertime. Cate Blanchett is in talks to join Adam McKay's Don't Look Up. We have the new trailer for Body Cam, which is the new Mary J. Blige horror movie. AMC theaters might be purchased by Amazon. That's right. I'm a big AMC theaters fan. It's pretty much the only theater I go to. And I know they've been in a lot of trouble lately. And the rumor that Amazon might buy them out gets me very, very excited. I think it's a great idea. It could become, AMC now could be Amazon Movie Classics, Amazon Movie Club. They could play around with those letters so easily and keep the branding, which I just love. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. Fingers crossed that Amazon might save the day. There was a show several years ago called Smash, which was on NBC, and it was about this Broadway play being put together. Well, the play that the group was putting together has actually been filmed, and they're going to release a concert that you can stream online featuring the original cast from the show. So, pretty damn interesting after all these years that they're going to do something like that. The Oval and Sistas are set to become the first scripted series to resume production in the U.S. following Season 2 renewals. So very interesting shows to get the green light to move forward first are coming from BET series. Superman and Lois, we know that show is moving forward, and they have just added a mysterious villain called the Stranger to the cast, and it'll be played by Wole Parks. He will play the villain, the Stranger, in the upcoming season of the CW's of Superman and Lois. A Head of the Class reboot is in the works, ordered over at HBO Max. Center Stage TV series is in the works from the Sweet Vicious executive producer. Sofia Coppola will team with Apple TV Plus to develop a drama based on Edith Wharton's novel, The Custom of the Country. Okay, give me just one sec. Dakota Johnson is in talks for Olivia Wilde's next directing gig called Don't Worry, Darling. Joe Hill and Stephen King's Throttle is going to be getting a feature adaptation over on HBO Max. I'm really excited to see how many projects are moving forward at HBO Max, because it really ensures me that this streaming service is really going to bring it, and they're going to bring some top-notch entertainment to it, which I love. So HBO Max, baby, bring it on. We got an article up with some new Mission Impossible sequel details, so I'll leave it at that so I don't spoil anything for anybody. But if you'd like to read, once again, don't forget to check out all this information on our social media, or Twitter or Facebook, and you can read the full articles. Black Christmas's Sophia Takei, is set to helm Netflix's Where I End. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations miniseries is in the works from FX and the BBC. So it's going to be getting a limited series adaptation. Mark Duplass is set to helm A Horse Walks Into a Bar adaptation. I swear some of the names of these books, I'm like, really? That's what you named it? But I like Mark Duplass, so we'll see what he does with it. AMC has acquired the rights to Anne Rice's literary catalog. So once again, they're going to try to move forward with some more of the Vampire Chronicles. Okay, guys, we talked about it a little bit last week that Disney was looking to put the New Mutants back in theaters, even though I thought it was going to go straight to Blu-ray, straight to digital, VOD, Disney Plus, Hulu, something. But they actually did it. They redated it. The New Mutants will hit theaters on August 28th. So we'll see if it will actually stick its new release date. And we'll see. This movie has shifted dates so much that it's hard for me to even believe that this will happen. But hey, I'm glad that they're trying, and we'll see, man. We need movies this year, so I'll take something to go to the movie theater for. Give it to me in August. Showtime announces the premieres of The Go-Go's and the John Belushi documentaries. So that's coming here soon. Shudder acquires the horror comedy anthology Scare Package. There is a Making of Frozen 2 6-part series called Into the Unknown, which is coming to Disney Plus. So just to kind of have some more Disney Plus information out there for you. Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron speak out on their Mad Max Fury Road set problems. I remember when this movie came out, there were so many things, so many articles saying that these two hated working with each other and that there was a lot of beef and animosity. And they actually did an interview together celebrating like the 5-year anniversary of Fury Road, and they admitted it. They were like, yeah, we didn't like each other on set. We didn't get along. We had different opinions of what was going on in the movie. So it's kind of interesting after all this time to get that confirmation. HBO Max is unveiling a second wave of Max Originals, so you can check that out to see when all your next favorites are coming. One of mine's going to be Doom Patrol Season 2, which is also going to be in the DC Universe, but I like that they're expanding it again to HBO Max just to get a wider eye on it. Akiva Goldsman reveals his really dark take on Batman v Superman. That's right, they were going to do a Batman v Superman movie way back in the early 2000s, and Jude Law was going to be Superman, and oh my god, I'm spacing who was going to be Batman. Give me a second. Was it Colin Farrell? I think it was Colin Farrell. Let me just double check my stats here. Yep. Colin Farrell was going to play Batman, and Jude Law was going to be Superman. This version was going to have Colin Farrell cast as Batman and Jude Law cast as Superman, with Wolfgang Peterson directing. We were in prep, and it was the darkest thing you've ever seen. It started with Alfred's funeral, and Bruce has fallen in love with the renounced being Batman. The Joker kills his wife, and then you discover it was all a lie. Just the love itself was constructed by the Joker to break Bruce. So very, very interesting kind of concept, and that they were almost going to move forward with this version of a Batman v Superman way back in the day. So, hey man, pretty damn cool. I always like to know about what could have been. Reese Witherspoon is signed on for 2, yes, not 1 but 2 Netflix rom-coms, so good for her. I told you the Head of the Class reboot gets a pilot order over on HBO Max. The Batman, The Witcher, and more are set to resume production in the United Kingdom, so pretty cool there. And like I said, a lot of stuff is opening up overseas, so that's allowing people to move forward. This Is Us Season 5, Sterling K. Brown teases a unique spin on Randall's past, so we'll see what happens with that. The Purge and Treadstone have both been canceled over on the USA Network. I never got into Treadstone. I did want to watch The Purge, but never got into it either. I'll probably still watch The Purge just because I like the movies, so I want to see what the TV show did. I just never had a chance to watch it when it was actually on, so sad to see both of those go. The Flash had its season finale, so we have the producers and creators of The Flash talking about how they managed to kind of make that episode its season finale, even though it wasn't really supposed to be originally. 911 says that they will be incorporating the coronavirus into its next season, in season 4, which I feel like it's going to be forever, man. We're not going to get any of these shows until like 2021, man. It's going to be a long time. Riverdale is set to have a significant time jump early in season 5, is what the producers say for next season, so makes sense. Time to move forward there. Let's see. James McAvoy is set to lead the Audible adaptation of The Sandman. That's right, the classic DC Comics series by Neil Gaiman. And just, I want to stress, this is the Audible version, so he's going to read it. This is not in the actual live action one that Netflix is putting together. A Little Late with Lily Singh has been renewed over on NBC. A Furiosa prequel has been confirmed. That's right, George Miller is going to move forward with it. He's going to do a prequel based on Charlize Theron's Furiosa character. And we will have more to come on that in just a little bit. CBS All Access has renewed The Good Fight and has cut the 4th season short. Netflix. So I talked on, I believe it was just last week's show, about the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt movie Ball and Chain, where they're married and then they get superpowers, but their powers only work if they're together. This movie sounded awesome. And then we find out that Netflix has swooped in and acquired the rights to it. So this will now be a Netflix film. So, hey man, more power to you. I like it. Buy it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I love it. Disney Plus is going to be developing a series adaptation of the Percy Jackson novels. That's right, so time to do some Percy Jackson once again. Disney Plus is also set to premiere an inspirational drama called Clouds from Justin Baldoni. The CW is planning a Superman and Batwoman crossover for 2021. That's right. So you know the Arrowverse does this big crossover every single year. And this year they're saying, hey, they're going to do it a little bit lower tier. They're not going to go quite all the way out. So they want to take their newest show, which is Superman and Lois, and cross over with Batwoman, who's of course was their newest show, and do a little kind of Batman Superman kind of thing. So I like it. You know, I like that they're not going full blown out again after they just did Crisis on Infinite Earths. So hey, let's do something like this. So CW planning Superman Batwoman crossover for 2021. Luca Guadagnino has signed on to direct the new Scarface remake over at Universal Pictures. Lin-Manuel Miranda joins the One Day at a Time spring animated special. Supernatural. The final episodes are set for fall of 2020. the new Walker, Texas Ranger show has been delayed to 2021. Peacock has officially announced their first original set for the July 15 launch date, so get ready to see what's coming out there. Netflix has also acquired the new Mark Wahlberg movie called Our Man from Jersey. Alan Taylor is set to helm the pilot for Ringworld. That's right, the Ringworld adaptation. Alan Taylor will be partnering up with MGM and Akiva Goldsman to do that. The Continental series, Chad Stahelski offers some new details on the John Wick spinoff. Yes, they are still planning to do the Continental based on the hotel. HBO Europe's espionage drama is premiering in the US on May 18th, and you can watch the trailer for The Sleepers right now. At Home with Olaf, the final episode, Disney releases a new Frozen song there. Jude Law and Carrie Coon drama gets a September theatrical release. The movie is called The Nest, and that'll hit theaters on September 18th, 2020. There was another new movie coming out this summer called Bad Trip, which was supposed to be a movie with pranks in the real world, so kind of like Jackass and Bad Grandpa, stuff like that. But once again, Netflix has swooped in and bought the rights to it. So Netflix has nabbed the rights to the movie. They haven't set a release date yet, but Bad Trip will be coming to Netflix. Indy Navarrete has been cast as Sarah Cushing in the CW's Superman and Lois. The Russell Crowe mob thriller American Son moves forward over at Paramount Pictures. The Matrix 4 is looking to get back into full production in July. That's right, that's their set restart date is in July. Jerry Bruckheimer is not sure if Johnny Depp will be back for the Pirates sequel that they're working on. Just stop with the Pirates, man. Just stop. Josh Trank is developing a CIA limited series which will star Tom Hardy. Transplant, that's right, there's a new show on NBC called Transplant, which is they have acquired their season 1 from Canada. That's right, this was a Canadian medical drama, and this is something new that a lot of networks are looking into now, is because of the shutdown, because of the coronavirus, there's a lot of content that's not being made. So a lot of these networks are looking overseas to like Canada and Europe and just Italy, like just different places that have successful shows, and then acquiring them to show. So, NBC has taken this one, Transplant, from Canada, and they'll be playing that. Just like the CW is taking Swamp Thing from the DC Universe, and they're taking Tell Me a Story from CBS All Access. The Arrowverse crossover, which we talked about already with Superman and Batwoman, has been pushed to 2021 and been downsized to a smaller event. We already kind of went over that. The Arrow spinoff, which was the Canaries with Green Arrow, the female version, his daughter, is still under consideration over at the CW, along with the 100 prequel. So those have not been greenlit, but they are still under consideration, so we might see them down the road. The CW has also delayed all new seasons for Superman and Lois, The Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman. All of them are delayed until 2021, along with Walker, Texas Rangers, Supernatural, and all kinds of other stuff. So, bummer. Let's see. We already discussed that. The Mandalorian, once again, another new addition there. Timothy Olyphant has been added to the cast for season 2, so that is fantastic casting right there. Danny Boyle is set to helm the Michael B. Jordan star Methuselah, so good directing move there. We got everything coming to Disney Plus in June of 2020. Mythic Quest, this is a show I really, really dug on Apple TV Plus. Mythic Quest is going to be doing a quarantine special on May 22nd, and they already released a trailer for it. It looks awesome. I love it. I love that they're doing something kind of like a meeting through Zoom once again. It's just an easy way to get an extra episode out of people since they're all at home, right? So why not do something like that when you have like a workplace kind of comedy? So looking forward to Mythic Quest Quarantine coming May 22nd to Apple TV Plus. Driving Miss Daisy's Bruce Beresford is set to helm a Buddy Holly biopic film. Universal Pictures has officially pulled the plug on the Forever Purge, which is going to be taken away from their upcoming release calendar. So once again, a movie that wasn't even coming out till later this summer, I believe in July or August, has now been removed completely from the schedule. For what reason? The theaters are reopening in July. Just leave it. I don't understand the need to push these movies back that aren't coming out in the danger zone. So we're going to have to just wait longer on the Forever Purge. CBS All Access orders a new Star Trek show. That's right, Captain Pike getting a new Star Trek spin-off series. CBS is going to call it Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which will feature Captain Pike, Spock, and his number one. So there you go, man. All characters coming back to reprise their roles in that. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are set to direct Ryan Gosling in a new astronaut thriller. So that's pretty interesting there. Charlize Theron talks about playing an immortal warrior in Netflix's The Old Guard. Michael Mann is developing a prequel movie to his classic film Heat. That's right, looking to do a prequel to Heat. I love it. The CW has passed once again on the Lost Boys adaptation. Remember, they've been doing this. They've redone the pilot a couple times. Finally, they pulled the plug and said, no bueno. So cry little sister. The CW has passed on the Lost Boys TV adaptation once again. Good Girls has been renewed for season 4. I'm super stoked about that. I love Good Girls, so I'm glad to see that's coming back for a 4th season. American Idol has also been renewed for season 19, which is awesome right there for people that love that. In some sad news, we always have to talk about a passing, which is unfortunate. Fred Willard passed away over the weekend at the age of 86. Once again, a great age. Just a lovely dude who just every time he popped up in any movie or television show, it automatically put a smile on your face. Fred Willard was awesome. He was hilarious. And may he rest in peace. Our prayers and thoughts to his family and friends. The CW has confirmed that even though their shows will not be returning till 2021, that they will not have shorter seasons, that they're going to still do all their episodes. So that's pretty interesting there. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you. Netflix has just announced that season 2 of The Umbrella Academy will premiere on July 31st. So that means I need to get through The Umbrella Academy. I started this show like a year ago. I watched the first episode, and it's not that I hated it. It's just we were in the middle of like a dozen other shows at the time, and it just got put on the back burner, and we never went back to it. So, like I said, pretty much all the main shows we watch have had their season finales now. We'll get back on The Umbrella Academy so I can be primed and ready to go for July 31st release of season 2. I'll be ready. The Batman's Colin Farrell teases some tasty scenes involving him as the Penguin. So pretty cool article there. BJ Novak is developing a multi-cam comedy for HBO Max called Young People. Netflix and Adam Sandler are reuniting for a LeBron James produced film called Hustle. Zack Snyder is going to be hosting a Man of Steel watch party. That's right, it's going to be on Wednesday, I believe at 8 a.m. So take a look for the link. He's going to be messaging on Vero. And if I didn't have to work, man, I would totally be a part of this. I love Man of Steel, and I would love to do a watch party on this with Zack Snyder. So hopefully we get some good news coming out of it there. David F. Sandberg has released another new short horror film called Not Alone in Here, so you can check that out. He's been dropping these. Legendary trailer has been released for HBO Max's new Competition series. Jacob Chase's Come Play has been pushed to October 2020, so not too bad of a delay there. HBO Max, once again, is set to adapt Lev Rosen's coming-of-age novel Camp into a new movie. Scoob, congratulations, is leading the top 10 movies streaming on Fandango now. David Arquette is returning for the Scream reboot. Oh yeah, Dewey is back. So I love it. I love that this went from like a spin-off to like maybe attached to the original movies to like now they're just going full blown. Like this is Scream 5. We got Neve Campbell. We got David Arquette coming back. Why not, right? Why not? Okay, so I told you we had some more news on the Furiosa movie, which is the prequel spin-off of Charlize's character in Fury Road. So the news as of last week was that Anna Taylor-Joy was in discussions to take on the younger role that Charlize plays. Well, now they're saying that Jodie Comer is being eyed for the role. That's right, Jodie Comer, Emmy Award winner for Killing Eve. She's going to be in that new movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. I like Anna Taylor-Joy, but I'm almost really feeling Jodie Comer here as the young Charlize Theron. I think that could be really, really good. So we'll see. We'll see which direction they end up going, but that's two strong leads for the new upcoming prequel. We have a new Wonder Woman poster, which looks awesome with her in the lasso of truth. I love it. Here's another one. Edgar Wright's new movie, Last Night in Soho, right? This movie was supposed to come out in September. In September, once again, movie theaters are reopening in July. So September, plenty of time, right? Nope. They have removed it from the calendar and now say it will go to some untitled date in 2021. Why? Why? Once again, are you taking a movie that's in a place that's not affected and moving it into next year? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You know, movies that were coming out in May, June, and July, I get it if you have to shift it. But why movies in September and October are we messing with? It doesn't make any sense, and it's really pissing me off because the theaters are going to be open and we're not going to have enough content to watch because you keep pushing everything back. Stop it. Okay, ran over. Beverly Hills Cop 4 has been signed on to over at Netflix, and they're working on the script right now for that with the directors of Bad Boys for Life. So looking forward to seeing Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming hopefully soon. Jessica Alba is set to star in a new Netflix action thriller called Trigger Warning. So, hey, why not? Eurovision trailer. So this isn't much of a trailer. It's a fake music video with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams for their new Netflix comedy, and it's hilarious. It's super, super funny. I don't know what this movie's about, but I am so on board for it. So give me Eurovision sooner rather than later. We have the trailer for Spike Lee's new movie, Defy Bloods, which is coming to Netflix, so check that out. We also have the trailer for Mel Gibson's new movie called Force of Nature, which pits him against crooks during a hurricane. Let's see, we already talked about that. Mindy Kaling has signed on to write the script for Legally Blonde 3, so we're finally moving forward there with that. Snowpiercer, congratulations, it finally debuted on TNT over the weekend and it gave some big ratings. It's the most watched entertainment show on the cable channel in 2020 so far, so congratulations to Snowpiercer. And that, my friends, is our show. So I know we ran a little long, we just hit that 40-minute mark, but hey, we had a lot of content to go over, a lot of new stuff to talk about. So that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody who's into TV, movies, and film. Go listen to Am I on the Air? You know, get caught up with everything going down in the world of entertainment news. So, hey, let's do some plugs. Our website, our official website is amiontheair.com. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. You can follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. You can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. We are available to subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, so go ahead, subscribe, leave a 5-star review. Why not? Please hook us up. If Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We're streaming always on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, Google Podcast. We're all over the interwebs, so you shouldn't have any problem finding us around there. We're available on YouTube and Instagram. Just search Am I on the Air, and make sure you follow me on Stardust. That's simply Don Mega, DonMega. I'll follow you back. Okay? And of course, thank you to our great affiliates over at RedDragonsRadio.com. Red Dragons Radio is an awesome website that streams a bunch of cool podcasts, so you should go check it out. RedDragonsRadio.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. Dragons with an S. Red Dragons Radio. So that'll do it for me once again on this Monday, May the 18th. May the 4th be with you. And I hope you guys continue to stay happy, healthy, safe. Please pray for me as my work from home has expired and I will be heading back out to the real world starting tomorrow. So, oh man, I hope to God I'm immune to anything at this point. So we'll see how it goes. So pray for me, everybody. But hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!